Xilla!
Yes.
Xilla, bitch.
Godzilla!
No, that's my thing.
Happy to be here with you, Dwayne.
It's good to see you, brother.
You are great. Hobbs and Shaw, so funny. Like watching this movie, I was just enamored by this universe and this world you guys built out from one that's already built.
Yes.
Can't wait to see where you guys go from here. I look at the first Fast and Furious, right? And it started from street racing, and it starts from a grounded family spot. Where do you think the future of Hobbs and Shaw can go?
Well, the future of Hobbs and Shaw could go to a lot of places. I think what is important is that we created our own identity, but still honored the Fast and Furious DNA, action, family, cool characters, badass cars, things like that, but also wanted to make sure that we had our own identity and especially the comedy part, and wanted to make people laugh.
Yeah.
And also we wanted to set up with the 2 cameos that you saw.
Yeah.
Which
was so funny, bro.
No, dude, yeah.
This is the funniest Fast movie ever, in my opinion.
Yes, it is.
I don't know if you get enough credit. You get a lot of credit for being funny, but someone tweeted, who's funniest? Kevin Hart, Eddie Murphy, The Rock, and Terry Crews, and Twitter went insane. Did you see this earlier last week?
No.
They tweeted this. It went insane. It was the #1 trending topic with everyone saying Eddie Murphy. Do you want to be the funniest comedic actor in the game?
You know what? I don't know if I want to be the funniest actor in the game. I just want to bring the funny when the time is right. But let me tell you, who's there? Who is it?
Kevin Hart.
It doesn't matter who it is. It's going to be Kevin Hart, Terry Crews. It's going to be Eddie Murphy. It doesn't matter if it's Cillian Murphy. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is The Rock, the most electrifying man in all of entertainment and the most funniest guy walking God's green earth, is going to kick all their candy asses. Look, I don't care about being the funniest guy.
Absolutely. Yeah. One of the biggest blockbusters. Now, I was talking to Jason about the slow motion fight scenes you guys did. I got to do that with the Hobbs and Shaw experience at Complex Con. How was it for you with these slow motion moves when you're used to going full speed?
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun because it was with Jason, it was with Idris, and you got to put your trust in the director because he was very ambitious, and he said, if you guys trust me, I want to create things that the audience has never seen, like fast movements, boom, 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 slow, bang, boom, like speed it up in a way that's so cool. And it just required trust. And then it required Idris's fist starting here, action, boom, boom, spit going. So it was a lot of fun. But the cool thing is obviously when it's done and you see the goods.
Phenomenal.
Yeah,
bro.
Thank you, man.
A lot of this movie is family. You have Roman in here. You see you as a dad, and you have a daughter in this movie. I know your daughter is at the WWE Performance Center too. It was a big buzz. You were down there.
Yes.
How do you feel about her going into the business, man?
Man, I love that you're connected that way. Number one, that and I love that she wants to get in the business because I love the business of pro wrestling. I grew up in it, and she grew up in it too. I was talking to her 2 days ago, and we were just talking about her progress, and of course, which I love, she's so ambitious, she just wants to be better, and she was saying, Dad, it's like, I'm looking at these girls, and they're just so much faster, and their timing is quicker. I said, they're adults, and you were the youngest one. You started at 16, and she's 17 now, so she's been training just under a year. I said, you got to be patient. It's going to come. It's going to come. You're going to make mistakes. Don't worry about your timing right now. You just got to go full speed and come from here. So, dude, I couldn't be, I would never have guessed that I would have a daughter at 29 and years later she's going to want to get in the same business of rock bottoms and suplexes and things like that. It's so cool.
That hits the heart in a special place,
Yes.
Yes. And this movie does the same. It's a lot of heart. I love it. Thank you for taking the time to chat with me, bro.
Thank you, bro. It's always good talking to you,
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
All right, Xilla.
Yeah. Pleasure to be here with you here in Hawaii. Yo, Hobbs and Shaw was so much fun. Everyone is saying it's a fun movie, it's a fun movie, it's a fun movie. You got The Rock, you got Jason, they're going at it back and forth. How do you let them go wild but yet control them? Because they seem like they was just going at each other.
They're professionals. I think they have this natural chemistry, and it is sort of like a fun locker room when we get on set with them. But when it times to roll camera, they're bringing their A game, and I think we got some really good comedic performances out of both of them. And obviously, again, it was just fun. It was positive energy all around. So, yeah.
Where do you rank The Rock as a comedic actor? Because we know him as an action star, but he's funny as hell. So where do you rank him as a comedic actor?
Oh, I think he's one of the top in the game. I think, again, like you don't think of it immediately, but you have to realize like how many times his movies have comedy. Even in the more serious roles, there's a dry moment here and there that he knows how to nail. And obviously his moments on SNL and the things that he's done in the past, like being a comedian, you have to lead with confidence, and there's, he has it. He's willing to take risks, and that's important.
Yeah. I watched this movie and it's super entertaining. But after I left, I'm like, this world that has just been created is one of the most interesting worlds. And there's a lot of little bits and nuggets and a whole bunch of moving pieces.
Yeah.
Now, when you have this and you're like, wow, in your mind, are you thinking, we can go so many places?
Yeah. I am. And I think that was sort of part of the mission going out. It's like, how do we create, in our first venture out, a real rich world? We created, Hobbs Customs and Hobbs's brothers. We have Shaw's backstory with Brixton and with his family, and Helen Mirren and Hattie, and like these two worlds are rich. Obviously, there's some great other characters that land in the movie that hopefully want to stay in the universe. So, I want to go back, and there's a lot of opportunity.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh my God, I am thirsting at the mouth for like more of this world, because it's so great. It's so great. I also go back and I look at how Fast and Furious started.
Yeah. To
where it is at now. You have Black Superman now, but it started as like an illegal street racing movie. Where can Hobbs and Shaw go from part 1 to now? Can we do space? Like, where can we go?
Well, I'm sure they can go anywhere. What's great about the Fast universe and the fans is, the fans love the characters so much that they're willing to take those leaps and allow filmmakers to do and make bold choices. And I think in the marketplace, we don't have a lot of bold choices. Everything kind of feels pedestrian and has been done. And Fast has always been go big, reinvent yourself. And I attribute that a lot to Chris Morgan, the architect of that world. He's not afraid to say they want more, give them more. Like, let the audience have fun.
Yeah. I asked this question in London, and I want to ask it to you as well. Success. You've had a tremendous amount of success with your films, but as you continue to get more success, how does your definition of success change?
That's a really good question. I think, look, I only set out to make good movies and movies that I think I would enjoy, and I think every project obviously is specific in what its goal is to deliver on, and I've been lucky to have success. So I really just keep it on the project per project basis and say, I want to make this movie for this reason, and I want it to reach the audience in this way. And so Hobbs and Shaw was very particular in that we wanted to have a roller coaster summer ride that people could just walk away and go, I got my $10 worth, and that's success to me.
Yeah. This was like the first blockbuster of the summer, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hobbs and Shaw is so fun, so much fun, funny. How do you guys feel to be a part of this movie? Because you guys have the heart. These characters really supply the heart, the family, especially you. You argue with your brother in the movie. How does it feel to be a part of something this special?
It was fantastic. I mean, it's been a great privilege to get the pedigree and the sense of family that was part of the DNA of Fast and Furious, and then the spin-off, which is like, it's jacked. You got DJ, Statham, this competition, and then our brotherhood that we formed.
Yeah, I think, we knew it was going to be big. We know it, we experienced just the scale of it all, but just what kind of came out of it, and, the emotion that went into it, just, you had to kind of be there on set, and you hear a few people that were there and they could really feel that camaraderie and that energy that we held, and we maintained it for a full month of shooting. So it was just such a privilege, and
we were here in Hawaii. We're like sort of
paradise.
Yeah, we're in paradise, but we're like tight. There's nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go.
You got to get in there and you got to work.
Yeah. You mentioned emotion earlier, and when the photos came out, because no one really knew you were in this movie, but when the photos came out that you were in this movie after your big announcement, the reaction to that was just really great. How did you feel seeing the reaction of you being in this movie?
I mean, just in general, the reaction and the support, I couldn't have asked for anything, more positive. It was overwhelming just how And I mean, if you follow, you know, WWE and wrestling, you know I can be a polarizing figure. I rub people the right way or the wrong way. They emote though, you know what I mean? They bring their opinions towards me, but everyone to just drop the character of Roman and then just to help me out as a person. I mean, it was life changing, and then to just be able to add this, you know, this type of distraction is a kind of a weird word to use, but it kind of was in a weird way to create that escapism for me.
I thought it was like transformational. I mean, seeing Joe turn up and seeing the state that he was in, which is very real. You know, I didn't know what he was going through, and then to see him like stage by stage, engage in the work, you know, and it took time. You know, we're respectful of each other's space. You know, we're all sort of alpha males in a way, and it's just to see him go through this transition, like slowly but steadily, like get stronger and better and more confident, being humble, keeping it real. You know, he didn't use his connections to Dwayne to get this gig. He got this on his own steam.
Nice. This is about like power and conflict. And I'm a WWE fan, and I was watching a video they posted about people's first moves. And they posted your first spear. Do you remember your first in WWE, not developmental?
Oh man, yeah. I would imagine it was on maybe like Ryback or something.
I think it was on Ryback, and he had CM Punk on his shoulders,
yeah.
and you hit him, and you hit the
I broke
woo-wah.
his ribs right there, actually. Yeah. I broke, I think, 3 or 4 ribs, and he's a tough son of a gun. He kept working, and he kept pushing through week after week. But yeah, I lit him up that night.
Wow, when the bell rings, what happens?
I mean, bottom line, it's live. You want it to look good,
Yeah.
Especially a big guy like Ryback.
Were you pretty
know.
fresh back then?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That was day one. Yeah, I was a ham. I was ready to go. But yeah, I mean, it was one of those deals with it. One take live. You have to get it right. You want it to look the part, because I'm not, it's not just me hitting anybody. I'm hitting, a beast. Ryback is a big boy. He's a strong competitor. So you got to bring it.
Yeah, you did, and you also brought it in this movie. Thank y'all for taking the time to chat with me. I appreciate you.
Wow, thank you, brother. Where'd you coming from?
I'm coming from Jersey.
Jersey.
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
Jersey.
cool.
I'm so honored to be sitting here with you. Hobbs and Shaw was a very, very fun movie, and I really enjoyed it. But it deals with a little bit of family squabbles. Like there's a bit of squabbles within the Shaw family, and then The Rock and his brother, they have a little bit of an issue. But I wanted to know, who is the most difficult to make up with in your life? Like, which one of your family members are the most difficult to make up with?
Oh, that's a really good question. In my family.
Yeah.
But I don't want to give away any family secrets
Or
right
personal life,
now,
yeah.
But, so I think the important thing with making up, and I'm criticizing myself with this, is that you have to make the call soon. Because the longer you put it off, the more difficult it gets. And then it becomes a month, and then it becomes 2 months, and then it becomes 3 months. And after 3 months, now it's really difficult to make that call because, a real split has happened. Whereas if you make the call within a week, say, I'm really sorry, let's work this out, then it can be healed. I have had some breakups within my family. It just happens in all families, And I've had breakups with really good friends, which, has been very upsetting, but thank God I've managed to find a way back.
I think that's the key, is finding your way back,
Finding
right?
your way back, yeah. In general, my sort of modus operandi is as a bridge maker. I'm not a wall builder, I'm a bridge maker. So that's the role I find I'm fulfilling within my family. Of when people have rows, I try and put them back together again.
Okay. I was going to ask everyone this question because there's a lot of fisticuffs in this movie. And I wanted to know, do you remember the last fight you were in?
Physical fight?
Yes.
Oh my Lord, I don't think I've ever been in a physical
That's
fight.
great.
That's a blokey thing a bit, maybe.
Okay.
I've never been in a physical fight. I'm very confrontational actually.
Yeah.
Violence really, really upsets me. I haven't come closer. I mean, I've had my bag snatched. And actually when my bag was snatched, it brought something very ferocious out in me, which I didn't know was there.
Yeah.
An awful lot of very, very bad swear words. And I chased after the guy. And I got my bag back, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I ripped it out of his hands.
That is great.
Screaming obscenities all the way.
I looked at your IMDb, and you have over 133 credits to your name.
Do I really? Wow.
That's what IMDb said.
Yeah.
And you're super successful, one of the most successful actresses that I know of. And I wanted to know, as you become successful, more successful, and you accomplish more things, how does your definition of success change?
Well, obviously it does change. You know, I remember so well when I was dreaming of becoming an actress, and thinking how incredible it would be to have a script and to sit on a park bench with my script, you know, reading my lines. I mean, what an incredible experience that would be. And I'm beyond that now. Although I'm still get very excited about a new role and. You know, and a new kind of genre, and Hobbs and Shaw and Fast and Furious was very much a new genre for me. So I was very excited to become a part of this world, this family. But you're right, of course, it does change, and it changes substantially. I think now it really becomes who am I working with? You know, are they cool? Are they fun? Are they good? You know, and what's the overall thing of the project? Sometimes it's very serious, sometimes it's just pure fun, like this particular genre.
That's great. That's great. You get that screen like, what it do, baby? I love it. Thank you for taking it.
It's only because I've been told because of the lipstick. We should get you one, babes. Also terrible for the environment, so
They're
not
so
great.
bad, but I need them.
Do you? In what way? When do you use them?
Every time.
Do you, babes? Come on, man. You've got to cut down your straw use.
I know,
Come
but it's
on.
like I spill it on I can't drink.
Yeah, but honey, you just gotta.
I gotta get a
Gotta
sippy
do it
cup.
for the ocean.
I know. I saw that video of the turtle getting the straw taken out his nose. It was
Oh
the worst
no,
thing.
the worst thing.
It was so bad.
It's so bad. But it's not just straws; it's everything.
Yeah, I know. We're good.
I'm using a straw right now. So,
I know.
You know what I
You're
mean?
saying
Like,
don't use straws.
I'm like, baby girl. I'm like, don't use those straws. Anyway.
All right, are we good? There's a lot of help. Yeah, we did it right over an airfield, huh? This is a super highway of planes.
I know, it's been such a highway, hasn't it? This morning particularly. So they know you're in town, babe.
I know, they're coming to see me.
They're like, there he is.
Xilla Valentine, Global Grime. I'm here to be with you once again, another beautiful backdrop. But I want to talk about Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw. Such a great film. It's very fun. There's a lot of fighting in it, and you kick ass in this movie, obviously. But I wanted to know, when was the last time, do you remember the last time you was in a real fight?
Yes, I thought someone in a club was someone I knew from school.
Oh, wow.
But I was very drunk. and I think at the time, I don't know what happened. I don't know, you know how it escalates. And suddenly there was like a big fight between my boyfriend at the time and then her friend. It just all got really, and we all got chucked out. And it ruined the night, actually.
And it was your fault.
I think it was my fault. I can't quite remember, but I think so.
Yeah.
She turned out to be someone well known from telly that I didn't realise.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
was
wow.
years ago. This is
Let's
10 years
keep it on squabbles.
Yeah.
There's also an issue with family squabbles. There's a little family beef in the Shaw family and in Hobbs' family as well. But I wanted to know, who is the most difficult person to make up with when you have a disagreement or argument with someone in your family or your friends?
In my life?
Yeah, in your life. Who's the most difficult person to make up with?
Oh, I can't tell. No. Maybe my little brother when we were tiny.
Yeah.
But I don't really fall out with anyone
Yeah.
anymore.
Me neither. But
Yeah,
if
you
I had to
neither.
apologize to someone, I would hate to apologize to my sister. If my sister's
Do you
the
think,
one,
is that why? Is she older or younger?
she's older than me, but
Mhm.
it'd be my pride, and then me
Yes.
being like, oh, she's gonna sort of eat me
So you
alive.
don't say sorry to her?
No.
But do you ever piss her off?
I do, and when I do, I just find a way to start talking again.
Find a way to start
I'm
talking
very
that's not
passive,
saying
yeah,
sorry.
exactly.
Yeah, I feel you. Oh, nice shoes.
Thank you very much. You're accomplishing so much. Like 2 great films. Last one we did was Mission Impossible, right? And then this one, big super blockbusters are all gonna make a lot of money. You're becoming very successful. As you become more successful, how does that change your definition of success?
Doesn't ever feel different, really. truthfully. The only difference is that people actually have seen what you've done.
That's true.
That's the only difference. Like with The Crown, it always felt like I was amazed that people were watching something just of their own accord, you know. And I'd done so many plays, and obviously such a limited amount of people see that, but that was what I was used to. So I think that's it, really. Just people watching things that you've done. And I suppose this movie, people love, you know, the whole world of the franchise so much that I guess the idea of lots of people watching it is quite, quite terrifying.
How you feeling?
I'm great, man. I can't complain.
That's good.
How are you?
This was good.
You
I'm
enjoy
great. Yeah. I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed your character. We need those. We need more of those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate that. I thought it was a funny film, actually. Funny? Did you think it was funny?
I thought it was super funny. Thought it was fun.
Yeah.
There's some moments in it that you're like, how come The Rock has pants on? He just had a skirt on. But small things like that. But other than that, I thought it was good. It's what Fast and Furious is. You know what I mean? Speaking of that, though, there is like an element of like the superhero stuff. Like your character jumps out of a building. If you had one of those powers as Idris, which one would you want it to be?
Fly. But be able to be invisible while I fly.
Oh, that's nice.
Because otherwise I'd freak everyone out, and that'd be great. But if I could fly and be invisible at the time, I just would have the best time. It's like being a ghost.
Yeah. It's a big thing.
Is that weird?
No, it's not weird at all. I want to fly and be invisible too. I want somebody to see me flying. That's how you know when you get fly, you want to be sort of low key.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't want
How'd you get here?
Yeah, right.
I just got here.
Exactly. Just appear. Poof. There's a big thing right now. City Boys versus the Hot Girls. City Boys are up 50 because the Hot Girls are finally having their Hot Girl summer. But I feel like the City Boys took a little hit when Lashana Lynch got the 007 over you. Congratulations to her. She deserves it. How do you feel about that? Because it was tied to you for so long. It was
never tied to me. This is the craziest thing. It was never tied to me. It was a big rumor that, you know, I think people wanted to put into the ether, and it just ran with it. I egged it on here and there just as a joke, but it was never tied to me. I'm very excited for LaShawn that she got it. It's amazing. I think that's a sign of the times.
Yeah, City Boy's still up, so we good. As your career goes on, you become more and more successful. I mean, I think the first time I interviewed you was probably, maybe for The Wire, maybe a little bit after that. But like, as you become more successful, how does your definition of success change?
Success, it's more about longevity. You know, I think people can be successful in various stages of their lives. You know what I mean? I won't know I'm successful until I'm dead or I'm dying. And I look back and I go, man, I did it. Yeah. At this point, I still feel, you know, like I've got stuff to grow. I'm very successful at this stage, and I've had moments where it's done that, and then, you know, it's peaks and troughs. But for me, longevity is a real key. You know, being able to stay in the game. Any great boxer would tell you, you know, you might get a knockout puncher in the third round, but how long is his career going to last? Yeah. Until, if you've got a guy that can last 12 rounds and consistently do that, he's going to be a champ.
Absolutely, you know what I mean? Absolutely. This movie deals with a lot of family squabbles, a lot of family fights. So I wanted to know, who's the most difficult person to make up with in your family or in your life?
My daughter. When she holds a grudge, it's a good couple of weeks.
Really?
She's silent treatment, you know. But then, that's because we're long distance, but if I see her, I have to, you know, I can get her smiling in a couple of hours, but she's the hardest work. You know, she holds a grudge. I do too. I try not to get in beefs with anyone.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy when you look at your daughter and you're upset with them for something that you know is you? Like, me and my daughter get into arguments and I'm like, she's just that's me. That's
exactly.
What I do.
I can't be mad at you because I'm exactly the same.
Exactly the same way. Awesome. Well, thank you for taking the time to chat
with me,
brother.
man.
I appreciate
Always.
you.
Thank you.
Take it easy. What's a good place to
Godzilla! No, that's my thing.